You're going to hear something in the next few minutes that was never meant to be ordinary. Something sacred is about to be given to you. But first, answer one quiet question. Why did you stop scrolling? Why did your breath catch the exact moment you saw these words? Why did your chest tighten like someone tugged a string inside you? Because someone in heaven called your name. Because something important is trying to reach you right now. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved, this is urgent. For the next 24 hours the door is open. If you close this now, you may never see what they wanted you to have. Stay. Listen. This is precious, and it is only for you." You might tell yourself this is dramatic, that it's just another message. But the feeling pulling you here is not drama. It's a summons. Your soul remembers. The universe has been arranging small signs, a repeated number, an old song playing, the taste of a name on your tongue, and now everything has lined up to deliver one last hearing. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone receives this timing. You are here because you were called. For days, perhaps weeks, something has been pressing at the edges of your life. A worry you couldn't name, a sense of being wronged, a loss without a name. You thought it was random, but the one you miss was trying. They were trying to reach you. They pushed against the veil with everything they had, crying into the quiet, pleading to be heard. Michael says they begged the angels, let them know, let them see. Please, give them this before it's too late. Now the angels have crushed the silence into this moment. But that window is small, 24 hours. That is all the mercy of time has granted this calling. After that, the wind changes. Opportunities can be reassigned. Secrets can be moved. A blessing can be given to another. That might sound harsh, and yet it is not punishment. It is the law of movement. Energy moves to where it is received. If you do not receive it, it will travel to someone ready to accept it. That's how sacred economy works. And this message is your invitation to receive. Listen carefully now. The one you lost, yes, the one you keep in photos, the one whose name you whisper sometimes in the dark, they saw something in the wake of their passing. They saw a plan that involved you. They saw you more clearly than anyone living did. They saw both the treasure coming your way and the shadow trying to steal it. They are not distant. They are urgent. They are pushing this word through Michael. Do not let what belongs to you be moved before you see it. You may be thinking, what could be so important that heaven would risk this window? The answer is simple and practical. There is something with your name on it, not only spirit but tangible, an inheritance, an opportunity, a truth about a person in your life that, if hidden, will cost you years of pain. They saw a betrayal. They saw a promise being switched. They saw a blessing being redirected. They tried to say it in life and could not. Death closed their lips but not their love. That love now speaks through this channel. Imagine for a moment a chessboard. Your loved one saw the moves 3 steps ahead. They saw a hand in your family or your circle shifting pieces, a smile masking intent. They begged Michael to reach you before the piece was moved. The piece could be money, property, a name on a will, a document, a contract. Or it could be something subtler, a business, a job offer, a seat at a table. It is real, and it is urgent. Michael says, they did not leave because you were unworthy. They left because they could see the future from a clearer vantage, and from that vantage they could protect you. You might ask, who would do this? And the voice you hear inside you already knows half the answer. It's the person who smiles the loudest when you're near. It's the one who sings praise in public and whispers manipulation behind closed doors. It is the person who grows jealous of your silence and those who are quick to profit from your absence. But the message is not to incite resentment. It is to arm you with awareness. Michael says, you are not to react in anger. You are to stand in truth. Now a moment of tenderness. Your lost loved one forgave you, even if you carried guilt. Even if you apologized in your mind 100 times for what you didn't do, for the goodbye you didn't find, for the calls you missed, they left whispering, not anger. They left with hands full of love. They walked into light with you in their heart. They begged the heavens, let them know what we could not say. Let them see. Let them take action before the window closes. This is where it becomes practical. There are 4 things Michael asks you to do right now. Simple acts that will anchor you in the moment and open the line wider. 1. Stay with this message. That is already happening. Don't scroll away. Don't let distraction win. The angels guarded this moment for you. Give them the courtesy of your attention. 2. Write the name. On a piece of paper, write the full name of the person who came to your mind when you read this. The first name that arrives is the one the angels confirmed. Do it now. Writing is a contract between the seen and the unseen. When you write their name, you speak into the atmosphere a truth that cannot be ignored. 3. Watch for the sign of 7. If you see the number 7 again and again, on clocks, on receipts, in phone numbers, know this is confirmation that the message is real. 7 is a seal. It's the angel's way of nodding to you. Pay attention to it. When you see it, take a deep breath and know the door has been brushed open for you. 4. Do not tell everyone. This is intimate. Not everyone is ready to carry this truth. Some ears will not understand, or worse, will use it. Hold the message for now like a seed. Protect it until you know who is honest with you. Good. You stayed. That small act of faith has already moved the energy. Michael says his sword is lowered now, not because the danger is gone, but because the path is beginning to clear. He asks you to be wise. There are concrete things coming. You might receive a call, an email, a message, a physical paper that mentions a name. It might be sudden, like a letter appearing on your doorstep, or subtle, like someone mentioning a place you haven't been in years. When it happens, do not discredit the sign. Act. Now the story becomes specific. Your loved one saw a transfer. It could be money or a title. It could be the passing along of a legacy to the wrong hands. They saw someone arranging it with the calm of someone who believes they can silence you. This person did not plan to be cruel tomorrow. They have been quietly rearranging your blessings because they thought you were asleep. But the angelic counsel says, wake up. Remember, light sees, light speaks. Michael says, you're allowed to ask questions. You're allowed to request proof. You're allowed to be guarded in love. You may feel a nervous flutter in your stomach. That's not fear alone. It's your spirit aligning with a warning. It feels like heat in the chest, like a flash of cold down the spine. That's the presence of love and alarm intersecting. Let it ground you. Breathe. Write the name again if needed. Speak it out loud into your palms and whisper, I see you. I hear you. I will act. Michael wants you to do one more practical thing. Gather evidence. Don't confront blindly. Keep a small folder, physical or digital, and begin to collect anything that might be relevant. Receipts, emails, messages, photos with dates, legal documents, anything that seems off. If you hear a phrase or a name, note the time and context. Angels love organization. God's notices look better when there's order. This is not about paranoia. It's about protection. Now lean into forgiveness. I know that might sound strange given the warning, but listen. Forgiveness is a tool that frees you to act, not a surrender to those who hurt you. Your loved one asked you to forgive, because forgiveness removes the heavy chain of reaction and allows your energy to stand straight and clear. When you forgive, you're not letting the betrayal stay. You're removing the hold that it has over your heart so you can move forward with clarity. And listen closely. There is also a miracle attached to this message. Michael says because you answered the call, because you stayed, because you wrote the name, a flow that was blocked will begin to move toward you. It might look small at first, a phone call, a small unexpected payment, a message from an old friend. But it's the start. The heavenly mechanics respect this. The more you align with the steps, the faster the movement will be. This is not accidental. It's intentional. Here is the heart. They saw your highest possibility. Before they left, they pictured you healed, full, and restored. They could not bear the thought of you stepping into the next season blind and losing what was meant for you. In their last breaths, they prayed not for themselves but for you. Michael carried that prayer and placed it into this hour. Do not discard it. If you feel anger, channel it into protection, not destruction. If you feel grief, allow it to open you to the love that remains. If you feel confusion, follow the simple steps. Write the name, watch for sevens, collect evidence, and be patient in motion. The next 24 hours are sacred. This is not superstition. It is invitation. I will tell you a true thing in the kindest way. Sometimes the thing being taken isn't a bank account or a title. Sometimes it's a relationship, a right to belong somewhere, a voice that is being reassigned, a place in a family line. Your loved one may have seen how, after their passing, certain people would try to edit the story. They would whisper half-truths and smooth edges to make themselves look better. Michael says, you deserve the whole truth. This message was delivered so you would have it. Now I want you to imagine the scene the night they left. Not to reopen pain, but to understand purpose. They lay there and they thought of you. In their last moments, their mind did not wander to regret about life missed. It settled on one thing, your future. They breathed your name. They threaded it through their last prayers. They asked the angels to carry one final truth, and an archangel opened a doorway just for that truth. Because of that, you will not walk into the next days alone. Michael is not a distant figure. He is near. He stands like a sentinel ready to push back the hands that would take before you know. But he cannot step on your free will. He cannot act without your consent. You must open the door. That is why this message matters. That is why you were summoned. Now, I will speak to the practical signs in a plain voice so you can act with clarity. Expect a name or number to show up. It may be inactive at first, then come alive. When it does, write down every detail. Expect a conversation to begin where someone asks you to trust them with something. Do not sign anything or transfer anything until you've verified its legitimacy. Expect a memory to surface, a detail only you and the departed would know. When that memory returns, consider it a confirmation. Expect the number 7 as a recurring sign. When you see it, take a breath and commit to the next step. Michael also says this. If you feel pressure to act impulsively in the next few days, stop, breathe, ask for a sign, ask for peace. He instructs that miracles do not usually arrive through panic. They arrive through presence. If you are tempted to tell everyone because the message feels urgent, pause. Michael says, keep it close. Let those who are loyal come to you. This is not a spectacle. It is a sacrament. Protect this hour like a seed in your hands. Now a small instruction from your loved one. Forgive yourself. They do not want you to carry an accusation against your own heart. If you have guilt that has kept you frozen, about not being there, about thinking you failed, they say, you did your best, you were loved, you are beloved. Breathe that in. Let it steady you. I hear you wondering about timing. The 24 hours is not always literal like an exact countdown clock. Sometimes it's divine timing, a narrow opening that might be a day, might be a little longer, but treat it as urgent. Act now. The angels respect immediacy. They can move faster when you match their pace. Now, if you have stayed this far, understand that staying was itself an act of alignment. You have already received a portion of what was intended. Feel the warmth in your chest, the small rise in breath. That is not imaginary. That is presence confirming presence. Michael wants to speak a private blessing to you now. He says, my beloved, I place my hand upon your heart. Where there has been weariness, let there be rest. Where there was silence, let there be word. Where there was loss, let there be provision. You will not be left to the sway of those who would take what is yours. The one you loved stands with me. We will guard what remains. But you must move. Take a moment now. Place your hand on your chest. Quietly, out loud, or in your mind, say these words. I am ready to receive the truth. I am ready to see. I am ready to act in love. Repeat it if you need to. This simple declaration opens the alignment door. There will be resistance. People will call you irrational. They will tell you not to pursue what you sense. Do it anyway. Do it with grace. Do it with patience. Gather what you need. Seek counsel if necessary. Know that you are not being paranoid, you are being wise. Now, in the next steps, I will give you the exact set of micro-actions to take in the next 24 hours. They are simple, actionable, and designed to protect and to open. Action 1. Write the name on paper and keep it inside your phone case or wallet for 24 hours. Let the paper be a physical pact between you and the unseen world. Hold it when you feel unsure. Action 2. Check one folder in your email or physical papers for anything that looks like legal language. Names, dates, references. Photograph or scan anything suspicious and save it to the folder you created. Action 3. If someone approaches you with a request about money, property, or your name, request time. Ask for documents, receipts, proof, and then step back. Do not be rushed. Action 4. Watch for the sign of the number 7. The first time you see it, pause. Breathe. Take note of where you saw it and what was happening. Keep a small journal of signs. Action 5. Say a short prayer or declaration each morning. I receive what is mine. I see the truth. I act in love. Keep this simple ritual for 3 days and notice what shifts. These actions are not magic tricks. They are containers. They organize the energy and create openings. The angels love order. The universe responds to clear, repeated intent. Now let me tell you something else Michael wants you to hear. This is not the end of your story. Not by anything near. The person who left is not only trying to protect you from loss, they are trying to escort a miracle into your life. They saw you laughing again. They saw doors opening. They saw your heart unburdened. They saw finances shifting in your favor. They saw reconciliation with those who matter. They saw a healing so profound that people around you would recognize the difference. And they are not done. But here's the truth in plain words. The window will only remain open if you keep it open. You keep it open by staying present, by honoring the steps, and by moving when it is clear. That is the contract. That is the love story between you and heaven. If you have doubts, remember this. The soul who left cannot change what you do. They do not control your choices. They can only inform, illuminate, and nudge. Michael offers you clarity and backing. You must choose the steps. Before I close, there are 3 final confirmations the angels asked me to give you. They are quiet, but they are real. Confirmation 1. You will encounter a number or a phrase that will make no sense to anyone else. That is your sign. Treat it as holy. When it appears, take action. Confirmation 2. Someone you haven't spoken to in years might reach out. It may feel surprising, but keep an open heart. This person could carry a piece of the puzzle. Confirmation 3. Your inner voice, that small, steady knowing you often ignore, will grow louder. Trust it. It is aligned with what your loved one saw. Now, as this message begins to settle, Michael steps forward one last time. He lays his hand on your shoulder and says, My beloved, you have been seen. You have been heard. This is not an illusion. This is a summons. Do not fear what is coming. Prepare for it. Walk into the next hours with courage and discipline. I will stand. Your loved one will stand. You must walk. You have been given a gift. A final hearing from someone who loved you beyond the grave. Use it wisely. Protect it. Act on the steps. Let forgiveness temper your actions. Let discernment guide your moves. And as you move, know that the angels open doors when we answer them. You may close this message now if you must, but please do not forget. Keep the paper with the name. Watch for the sign. Do not be rushed into decisions. Gather evidence. Ask for help when you need it. And most of all, believe that something true and good is working for you. Because the one who passed is still fighting for your future. And Michael says, it is done, but only for those who show up. Stay. Act. Receive.